The biggest difference between a seasoned editor and a beginner is in how they are handling the scene, where they should cut and what they should leave. These are the basics which every editor needs to learn. But when you get the basics down and you are working for a client for a while and you know his visual style, you know his language, you know how they are script proofing and how they are sorting the media, etc. It's kind of getting to the repetitive work of downloading the files, getting the script, sorting the media, and getting the same effects as before, and you kind of get to this point where you are spending the same time on each video. Of course, you are maybe a bit efficient, but you have to search for effects, for intro stuff, and for I don't know, the notification bell and stuff like that. You have to search for these, and you kind of get out of this flow of just editing. It happened to me almost like 3 years ago when I kind of started hating editing, and it was frustrating to say the least, because I enjoyed it. I like the videos I created, but also I spent so much time on doing the repetitive tasks, and I didn't have enough time left to do more creative stuff, like creating new animations, trying different versions of the scene, trying, just enjoying the process. And I just start programming and trying to come up with the different solution for these repetitive tasks, which are like, they are important. Don't get me wrong. You have to have some type of standard, right? But also, I didn't enjoy them. The videos were stagnant because I had to uh, deliver them soon. So I didn't have time to create more creative stuff. And also, I lost bunch of time to doing something which I did yesterday and the day before. So the journey started 2 years ago with the AutoHotKey script. Basically, I had the timeline, and these are just bunch of stock videos from different databanks, right? And I wanted to create some effect. Let's say I wanted to just create something basic, right? So you get to one, you get to this part, you just increase it a bit, you enable this, we want to, let's say, zoom on this woman, and yeah, we need this and a bit of that to make it a bit better. Yeah, it's fast, so make it a bit slower. Yeah, that's it. This is complete effect, one of which you can use anywhere, right? That's the reason why the adjustment clips exists. So you can name it as zoom in, okay? So we have our zoom in clip. And every time I try to add this clip, I have to either come up to this, get it there, and find the correct position, right? Because it isn't the same. So I'll try to do it like this, and it's the same clip, right? But you have effects, then you have a sound effect, then you have pictures, then you have videos and other stuff which gets there, and suddenly your effects are nowhere to be found because it takes so much time. It takes upwards of 20 seconds. I know it's not that much maybe for you, but if you are using tons of effects, it compounds a lot. And also, when you have tons of effects, Resolve isn't really responsible because it takes a while. The adjustment clip is the best case scenario. But when you are working on a bigger project with different motion graphics and stuff like that, it takes a while to enter it into timeline. Sometimes you have to just get it there and nothing will show here. So you have to wait until it's magically there, and just release the mouse. Okay, good. It's so frustrating to do that this way, isn't it? So I developed a script more than 2 years ago, which will try to find this and just write down name of the effect, which is bind to the keyboard, and do something like place on top. Yeah, that's it. So it does this, but it was unreliable because sometimes when you have thousands of different media in the storage, it's not searching that well. The main problem with this approach is that you are just guessing when the action will happen. So sometimes it works, but sometimes it straight up doesn't work and you don't know why. But also when some part of the code doesn't perform well or does its part, you kinda don't know what the program will do. Try to imagine that you are trying to type something like zoom in, right? And this is in the macro, but halfway it freezes, but the program still thinks it's going well. So it does something like, I don't know, this. And you don't know why, what happened. It takes quite a bit of time to realize what's is happening. It worked. I was so happy with that. Honestly, hours saved. Like hours. I'm not kidding. But I thought that there is a way to do it even better. And it took 2 years to get it to reasonably working order. And now I can show you how it works. So basically, as before, we have the zoom in, but we can add it into this program. The key, meaning the, let's say, your specific name is, the folder is effects, the file is zoom in as well. And do we want to create offset? That means that I have a clip which I want to add the effect on, but the effect will happen like 3, 4, 5 frames into the adjustment layer or any effect which you have. So you can shift it and add it to the timeline. I can show you that. So we will add offset just, I don't know, like 10, right? And do we want to match a clip under the playhead? So I'll leave it there. We will see the difference between those. We can add a custom hotkey to trigger this effect. So I have it so I can press Q and the backwards button on the mouse. So basically my keyboard has a different layer for these scripts. And since we are already on top of a clip which we want to add the zoom in effects on, we can just press Q and the backwards mouse button. And it's there. But you can see that the clip isn't as long as the clip under it. That's because we didn't check the match button. So we can try it again. And it takes exactly 10 frames to get to the effect. So we can just look at it and it's zooming at the time we specify. For some of you, this is mind-blowing. For me, at least, it would be. But for others, there is a setting menu where you can enter your microphone and the language. It's running locally, and you can just use the keyword like zoom in to enter this effect, skipping the hotkey. Another thing is that you can add ignore tracks. This is especially useful when you have tons of cameras or you just want to create a space. So you don't want any effects on a video track number 2. So you enter 2, so you want to ignore these two tracks. So I need to add another audio track as well, because some effects has audio and also video. So now when I add it, it's on video track number 3 instead of 2 as before. You can disable that and it will get to the video track number 2, but it is measuring against the first clip. So that's pretty amazing, right? But also, you can do something a bit different. You can add a bin with a sound effect. Add a sound effect here, add it there, and just make it as long as you want. This is especially useful if you have tons of different effects which you are using with a sound. So we can create compound clip, and this will be just PS as a preset, zoom in, right? We can copy this one, enter it into effects, and just add another effect, zoom in, but this one has a zoom in preset, and this one is zoom in preset as well. We can add 10 frames, that's fine, add a match, and we can just reset the hotkey for this one and enter a new one for our better effect. Okay, that's it. And now I can just press the same buttons as before, and that's it. Zoom with a whoosh sound. I mean, honestly, this is pretty insane, isn't it? And also, that's not it. I can use this with, since I speak in Czech, you can download any voice recognition Vosk library and enter it here. This will come in a different update, but I just want to show you this and my progress. I have to create a new UI for this application because I have some problems with licensing. But all the functionality will be in that application, but I can't sell it right now. It's just for me for at this point, but I want to document how I'm doing this, because I think, at least for me, it's fascinating. You can enter any Vosk library and you can just enter it here and press F1. And if you have any microphone, I use this wireless one, you can just say přiblížení, and it's adding the effect by itself. If this doesn't blow your mind, I don't know what will. But I have another features which are not in the program now, they are in the different one. But I'm trying to merge them together and create ultimate edit boost application, which will save you hours every day, and you can just focus on the story. In this playlist, I will try to document the ups and downs of this development. I'll try to create some sort of community around it, and maybe help others which have the same problem. I have ADHD, and for me, it was life-changing because I couldn't, for the love of God, fucking focus on the task at hand, because I couldn't do the boring stuff over and over, and I have tons of ideas how to improve it, how to add a bunch of different features and stuff like that. But it would be nice if someday I would be able to work on this, have YouTube videos, and just trying to add features which people will enjoy without the overhead of all the other clients and their needs. Maybe in the future, I don't know. But I know that this thing could be useful. And hopefully some of you can see it as well. Anyway, I will try to create updates how the development is going. Maybe someone would care about it and I can send him the beta or something like that. I don't know. But that's it.